I'm just bad at this. Nah, I just forgot to turn on my camera and my mic pack. There we go. Sweet. Good morning and welcome. We here have a beautiful find other issues that need a fixing. Good morning, Toffee. Needs front brakes for sure. It's gonna need rear brakes too, and something funky is going on with that brakes. Either there's a leak in the front or in the back, but it's lost pressure. It's got bad brakes somewhere, so let's find it. And for this, we're just gonna whip off all the wheels and go from there. Let's get started in the back left and go around in a big circle. Because it sounds like the drums are metal on metal or rusted all get out, one of the two. Ooh, if I'm going to be on YouTube this morning, I got to make sure that I don't swear. Take off 4, put them up here. Calm down. If you guys read the bloody... Ooh, this one's hot. If you guys read my freaking going live message, then yes, my son's got a doctor's appointment in, I don't know, a couple hours. So I was just gonna stream on here because I've always wanted to try it and see what happens. Gonna see how many people we can get up in here and see if it makes a big difference. Because if I stream for a couple hours and I have 1,200 viewers, Twitch. Like, let's be serious. But, I mean, I doubt that'll happen, so I don't think there's any worry of that. It's just merely an experiment. Pretty toasty. What's our temps? $160. It's about average. 155, so not the worst. Doesn't seem like they're sticking. However, they are metal on metal. Hey! So as we can see, definitely needs front brakes. So I already drove this morning, and nice, MN developer. I guess I'm gonna have to make sure that I can dual stream then, huh? If you can't watch on Twitch, sad boys. This side definitely needs us some brakes. They're not totally gone yet, but they're not great. And something's still funky. Awesome. Although the odd part is putting, I don't think I can get my YouTube, I don't think the Stream Deck works. Yeah, it doesn't work on this. So if I were to stream on YouTube, I'd need to pop out the audio or the video chat. Oh my god, the chat. So pop out chat. That way I can do this. Yoink. Cool. All right, now I can see chat whilst seeing my camera. Let's scoot around here to the back. And any of you guys that are new watching here today, if you're curious about how I stream from here, this is how I do it. The rig, the stream, camera, cords. So let's pop off these rear drums, have a look at them, which is a T30 in that little slot. So I gotta get me a T30 and a long ratchet to crack them loose, and probably a hammer to bust them loose. T30, long ratchet, sledgehammer. Put that there. Dusty, but no leaks though, which is good. Which is good, good, good. It needs shoes. It needs rear brakes, rear drums, rear shoes, and it needs a drum. You can see the scoring inside there. So it needs drums and shoes. And then of course it will need to be adjusted. I hate drums. Who likes drums? Nobody likes drums. Drums are terrible. They're awful. You know what's wrong with drums? They don't play music very well. Excuse me. Nuts, ran out of cord. Or it didn't really run out, it just got hung up on something. There. Well, we know we need at least one side. Let's see if we need oh my god. The piston. I forgot what it's called in the drum. Yep, these are worn out too. Oh my god. So dusty. Also shredded. Leading shoes. Smoked. As you can see there. It's lost all its shoe. Back trailing shoe's not so bad. But it's getting eaten up. However, no leaks. So might have to write it down that we'll put some useful brakes on it and see if it doesn't get some sort of reasonableness to the brake feel. Because the brakes feel terrible. Like, it feels like I'm missing it. Probably the reason why the rear drums are smoked is probably the same reason that the brakes feel crappy. AKA I'm worried the master cylinder's shot. honestly. Awesome. So needs front and rear brakes. Brakes all around, if you will. And that wheel is in the way of the lift. And then once we get this kind of somewhat ironed out to where it's good and drivable, because it's kind of sketchy to drive right now. I drove it this morning, but it was like, gotta leave a large berth between you and the person in front of you because you don't know how quickly you're gonna be able to stop. Now let's see if the crappy pedal feel is due to a low brake level. These stupid things. Let me get this master cylinder cap off so I can see the fluid level a little better. Fluid's just nasty in there. Come on, off with you. There we go. There's that. How was your guys' morning, though? Yeah. It's brakes are crap. And possibly a bad master cylinder. No, that's what I was afraid of. It's full. Because when I took it out to drive it, it pushed the pedal down and you go like clear half through the first half of the master cylinder until you hit the back pistons. Yeah, I'm stopping on, I can hear the rear brakes grinding and it's not good, not good. Not too good. There we go. I don't think the customer's going to be particularly happy about this. So if you're new or if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever, this car came in blown head gasket. Never got to drive it. It didn't do anything when I first got it. It wouldn't run at all. So we replaced the engine because engines for these 2.5 liters, at least in America, are cheap as poop. They're really cheap. And the only bad part is we're gonna have to suck out some of this nasty crap. This thing's gonna need probably a couple flushes once it's all said and done. Hopefully the junk will collect there. So now I gotta fill out some paperwork, electronic paperwork. Whoa. just typing away. Typing all these beautiful things. And of course, everybody here is nice and quiet, so stay on top of that. This is neat. I will say I like the analytics on the backside of YouTube better than Twitch. I don't care about this frickin' I want you to go away message. There's this little message that says, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. On the screen, I would like it to not be there. So 2foot, how's our Doge doing? Cool. Cool. Let me go up front, let them know I got some on this, and then we're going to do a throttle body and an oil change to that one over there, which is a Volkswagen Beetle. So give me just a second. Should write down how many tires are shot, which is mainly one. That right rear is pretty shot. Front ones are pretty new. This one's not bad. 205, 55, R16. Geo Tour. Oh Lord, it's got a giant slice in it too. I need one of these. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that I haven't addressed. Maneuver brakes, different tires. Does it have a spare? La-boop. Into the trunk. My favorite spot to go. Oh, yeah, it does, and it's torn up too. I would recommend a pair of tires. It's shredded. Blown out. Destroyed. There's the under tray, though. Here's a new used starter? Used starter. Used starter. Hanging out in the trunk. Spare should belong under there, but it's not living under there. Amplifier and subwoofers and stuff in the back are, I guess, no good. Awesome. Cool. All right, now let me go up front and talk to the front end about this car to make sure that they are aware of what needs to be ordered or sold now that we have the car running. And then we'll do that. Awesome. If you're new here, say hello. This is normally my stream on Twitch, but today, since there's a doctor's appointment this morning at 11, and it's currently 9, so I gotta leave at like 10:45. Gotta run home, grab the child, and then head on to the eye doctor. It's just checkup. Or getting his prescription updated. It's nothing serious. It's just that time of the year, so get that done, and when I get back, we'll go back over to Twitch for the afternoon. In fact, Toffee, if you could take this link and go onto Twitch and change the title to streaming on YouTube for the morning, then post it in chat in case anybody's lurking and they're waiting for me to start. I just wonder if there's anybody here currently watching that doesn't normally watch on Twitch. I hate those stripped out bolts. These things are pretty easy to strip out. And when they do, you gotta get a screwdriver, jam it up there, and then do it while backing down, trying to get it to catch on a thread, or else it'll just sit there and spin backwards. jerk. Can't get it right at the angle that I wanted to get it at. Snap's what I want to do to this thing right now. It's almost there. Come on. There we go. That one's going in the trash. Because what happens is it rips off those. Ow, it's hot. Who would have thought it'd be hot? Ow, 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 ow. There. So what happens is these threads at the bottom get ripped off, and so when you try to back it up, it just never catches and keeps backing or keeps spinning, and nothing gets accomplished. So, trash them. Not worth keeping. All it does is end in frustration. Frustration and anger. Let's go ahead and drain the oil out. And for that, I will require my bucket. Ooh. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best. I was like, wait a minute, this thing did want an oil change, right? Yes, it did. Wouldn't be the first time I've changed oil on something that it was like, no, we didn't want an oil change. Crap. Crapolis. We'll get a little bit closer view once we do the throttle on this thing. For right now, I'm just draining and changing the filter and the oil. Come on. There we go. Jason's jumping something off to get in here. So what do you guys think of the YouTube thus far? Quality any better? Anything like that? Or is it just pretty much the same, just not Twitch? My batteries are toast. Why, good morning, Metman. And this will, of course, ensure that everybody is subscribed to the YouTube. Excellent. New batteries make a big difference. So that's going to drain. And while that does that, we will look over some of the other parts, like the brakes. Brakes look good. I think I already did this. but I'm not sure, so I'll just look over real quick again. Shouldn't take long. It's pretty low mile. It's an older car, but very low mileage. It's got the 2.5 in it, the big old 2.5, and does really well. These are nothing to shake a stick at, if you will. Brakes are good. I like it when they got nice big pads. Yeah, I did check this because I mentioned something about a bunch of spiders. Spider webs and stuff. So yeah, I already checked this car over once. And I'm gonna keep tripping over the under tray. That's what I'm gonna do. So, try to be efficient. You know, all that good stuff. And now we wait a few seconds. A few more seconds. Let me get the filter wrench for this particular one. To which I need to raid Jason's toolbox for it. Put on some new cotton and stuff on my vaporizer last night, so that's nice. Tastes very good today, which is also nice. Also yesterday I restrung my guitar and my oldest son is now playing it. So that's cool too. Correct. Yeah, I was thinking either A, not streaming, or B, just doing a YouTube video, you know, just taking the camera off and using it like a good old-fashioned camera. But, like, you know, this is a good opportunity to give the YouTubes a try to see how well this does. If we get a bajillion viewers, no viewers, whatever. If it's anything different than Twitch. Because if you have never seen this on Twitch, then we float around 80 to 200. Just depends on the day. Well, thank you, Mr. Anderson. But that could change. Better quality. Wait a minute. Are you talking about the quality of the content or the quality of the video? Insoles sliding down. I need to get new insoles for these shoes. Went to the gym this morning. That was nice. Felt good. It was good. Alright, that's enough training for you. So, if you are new to this, nice. What's your Twitch name? I feel like it's Heavy Lead Mark. So that's drained out. That's how you can do that. You can just take that little orange thing and snap it to the side. So to put it back, you just go like that. It'll stop. Then you can get it down without getting yourself all oily. But first, of course, give it a little spritz. Give it a little spritz when you have some pressure in it. I'm sure you can hear all the air leaks in our lines. I think it's getting worse and worse and worse. But I don't own this shop, I just work here. Give it a little spritz to make sure it's nice and clean, so you don't have to get more oily than you have to be. Oop, it's not 24, it's 22. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Get this extension and ratchet. This shouldn't take more than this to take it off by a long shot. Unless somebody puts it on there too tight. So once we've, oh crap, I haven't changed over the overlay. The overlay is wrong. This is theoretically what I should do. Where is the ticket that I'm looking for? BT. Beat. There it is. Yoink. Oh. Sweet. There we go. You want me to pull this tire out? I like to make my parts nice and clean. So there's a flat O-ring in here that you got to change. This is a flat O-ring, as you can see. So sometimes new filters will come with both, which I lifted over here. If it does come pretty significantly. Depends on what they would like to do. I mean, they wanted to get it ready for their young lady to drive, so. Also, I have not found anything in the car. So get that in, put filter in, bingo bango, run it back up here, make sure you get it threaded correctly. Should thread on real easy. Then it's gonna get tight, and then your magic trick happens. This is the beautiful magic trick. Gross. Set your torque wrench 25 Newton meters. How much of a pain in the butt is it to change the timing belt on a 2-point slow? Not very hard. The biggest pain in the butt is getting the engine mount out of the way. That's the hardest part. You gotta jack up the motor until you can, there we go. You gotta jack up the motor until you can get it out of the way.
David's coming today to fix that leak and to fix that pipe.
Cool. Do what?
I just ordered an ass of these bulbs.
Oh yeah, mine are doing pretty well.
I want to change over to those throughout the shop.
Ah.
But I don't know what it's going to cost yet.
Quit spending money like a drunken sailor.
No, I'm just trying to do a little.
I mean, isn't somebody else under contract to come and fix things like those air leaks? The person who previously owned this place?
He's helped me a couple times, but it's just easier to get David to do it.
Okay. Yeah, if you're looking at one for the kid, is it a Beetle? You said a Beetle. Yeah, Beetle 2.0. What year is it? tightening these things. $19.99. Ooh. The biggest problems you're going to have with those isn't so much the engine, it's going to be everything else. It's going to be like the interior stuff, the headliner, that kind of junk, and anytime you need to do anything inside the dash. Before you buy it, what you really need to do is use the air door. I think I might have a YouTube video about the air doors and how I fix them. It's a pain in the butt. I mean, at this point, it needs a timing belt regardless of the mileage because it needs it due to age. But before you, I think you haven't purchased it yet, have you? And the windows don't move. Is it a convertible? Don't be a convertible. Don't be a convertible. So anyway, there's a problem with the air doors, the blend door specifically, and a lot of the other doors. So before you buy it, take the temp, if it's got a manual temp control, which it should, click it from one side to the other and make sure it doesn't make a tink noise, like a metal clanging noise, because that means that all the foam on the door has rotted off and it's going to have poor heat and poor air conditioning because there's no flow control. Not because the AC doesn't work or the heat doesn't work, but because it's just not blending the air. It's not stopping the hot air and it's not stopping the cold air from getting through. Does that make sense? Come on. And that can be pretty pricey because you got to pull the dash. You either got to pull the dash out or pull it down significantly to get to access to the blend door. And honestly, what I did was I would tear a lot of the dash apart to get the front, like the radio and stuff out and all that stuff. You could pull off one of the vents, and then there's something else I could pull off, and you could pretty much reach down to the blend door. And so I would take high temp AC duct tape and basically rewrap the door so it would at least direct air again, and it works. But it's still like 6 or 8 hours worth of labor because it's just annoying. Because it's like a Lego house that in order to get one thing off, you have to take 4 more things off. If I were you and you wanted to save as much money as possible, I would get this generation Beetle. The ones with the 2.5s. They might not look quite as cute, but they're a lot more reliable. Honestly, a lot of those older Beetles are money pits. They break down a lot of stuff very quickly, especially at high mileage. And it's one of the reasons why they're really cheap. However, if you're prepared for that, and you want to work on it, or she's able to deal without heating and air conditioning if it does go bad, then it's all you. All you. Oh, I need to take this thing off anyway. Oh, I hate these things. Oh, I hate these things. Well, let's get a little further into the car, since we're going to be working down here now. Bunk. Yeah. Stay, Kramer, stay. So, in order to get this cover off, you gotta move. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Get this hose off, and then undo this, which is 2 T20s on the side. Not very difficult. Although you do need, of course, torch bits. Of course, make sure your drill's going in the right way. Loose, and then we do all the prying and pulling, which is just a pain in the butt. This is too big. Where's my smaller one? Maybe this one can cut it. There's those two. There's that one. Let's see if we can get this back one off without snapping the rest of them down. There we go. And then, first thing I do is turn this thing over and get me some beautiful dielectric grease and rub it all inside there. Just a nice lubricant that'll help it. I like dielectric grease. It's very good for this. It seems like somebody has put some sort of lubrication on here. That's why we were able to get it off at all. But this is the biggest pain in the butt about this engine. There we go. And now we're going to change out the throttle body because it was bad. And we do want to, but before we change the throttle body, first thing I'm going to do is fill it up with oil so I don't forget. Because I did drain the oil and I don't want to change the throttle body and be like, we're good, and then get in there and start it up with no oil in it. So this takes 6.3 quarts. 6.3. You and me. Do, 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 do. Gotta go over here and get oil. We have a bulk oil drum that we pump in the hand buckets or hand fills, hand containers. So, bad part is they only hold 6 quarts. So, 3 quarts first and then 3.3. Makes life easy. 3 quarts. But yeah, we should be able to get all this done before I have to leave today. Boop. Make sure. Always double check yourself. Don't be afraid to double, triple, quadruple check yourself, whatever. Whatever it does to make you feel comfortable. There's 3 quarts. Now we get our point 3.3. I don't know. Maybe we'll make like Mondays on YouTube or something. I don't know. I would like to stream on YouTube a little bit more because I think the potential is very high. 3.3. Oh my God, so many honkings. Hey. You shush. Don't you jinx it, Red Queen. Hey, geek boy. New platform, who this? There we go. That's full. Let me put this back. Which, of course, has to be very far away from me. Don't get too used to it. Nice clean cap. All right. Man, I'm filthy. Already. Let's get our new parts.
Semi fucked up man king tire.
No swearing. What, on Twitch? Oh yeah, I knew that was coming. Well, no, it was, oh yeah, you can see that on this overlay. It was Met Club's gifted subs ran up. Which is a weird thing to say on this platform. All right, now we're doing the throttle. Ah, you jerk. Cord's killing me. The cord is not helping, let's put it that way. There we go. All right, first thing we gotta cut this off. Cover your eyes. Where'd the other piece go? There it is. So again, if you're new here, or this is the first time you've ever seen me live, I do this every day on Twitch, every work day. And then I try to be a good steward of putting it on YouTube, but I am terrible at that, so oh well. Them's just my brakes. This one's the biggest pain in the butt down here. Might take this off, which is 2 T25s. And by might, I mean will. And by will, I mean gonna. By gonna, I mean yes. Yeah, I'll just put a regular hose clamp back on it. So, thoughts on that? What about like once a week? We do the YouTubes. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then it's just, you know, purely automotive at that point too. We won't have any other topics of discussion. Because I can do one day a week and handle that, okay. I just can't do it all the time. There, that'll make it easier to get to. Come on, let's go. Yeah, and maybe drawing more. Where did I put my clamps? I put them away. Look at me. right. Now we can unclip the throttle connector. We diagnosed this Friday, which honestly the test you do is hook it up to the scanner and do that to it. I have not gotten it wrong yet, because if there's a loose connection in there, this drops the signal out. And there is a big problem with these 2.5 liters, which I guess I should probably make a video about this, eh? Like an actual video. Sure, why not? Let's record YouTube on a YouTube. Well, hello and welcome there. We have a 2012 Volkswagen Beetle 2.5 liter engine replacing the throttle body. It's a very common failure in these, to the point that they're on back order. The way I have figured out to test this, that has been surefire up until this point, which it's still working here, is if you have a scanner to scan the throttle position sensors, there's 2 of them, and then just lightly tap on it with a wrench or something heavy, and you'll see either signal 1 or 2 drop off. It'll go from 15%, so I think it's sensor 1, if I remember correctly. And you'll just see it go from 15 to 0. And then you go pop the throttle, it comes back up, it'll be okay, and then you can tap it like that and watch it drop, and you can just keep repeating it. So what that will do is it will really very much upset the ECU, because it is looking for a consistent signal the entire time, and when it suddenly drops to 0, it thinks there's something wrong. So it'll turn on the EPC light, the check engine light, and all sorts of other issues. So honestly, the only way to fix this that I know of at the moment is to replace the throttle. We've been using, I hate to say it, but because, like I said, they're on back order, we've been getting them off Amazon, and they've been doing okay. So now, anyway, we've taken off the snorkel. We've undone these 2 hoses, unplugged that. There's 4 T30s here. Makes it a little bit easier. Makes it a little bit easier if you get this hose clamp all the way off now. And so when you do this, grab it by the bottom here, and then you can let go of it, and it won't snap your fingers. Yeah. Where's my 30? It's a fouty shouty. Left it on the other car. So I always like to start with the hardest bolts first, which is going to be your bottom one. Bottom one on the inside, then bottom one on this side. These are self-tapping threads that go into plastic, so don't kill them. And then this top one. Again, we already cut off this, we cut the clamp off this hose. We'll put a new clamp on it. I just tuck the hose back there to keep it out of my way. Stay. There you go. There's your throttle body. So here's our old one. I think that rattling you hear inside is the loose connection. So let's check the new one, see if it rattles. Of course, every good mechanic is prepared with his American knife. And then people are going to yell at me for cutting towards myself. But it's okay, I'm a big boy. I can make dumb decisions too, just like everybody else. All right, here's our quote-unquote new throttle body. Yeah, makes a little rattly noise. Not quite as much though. The only difference with this is this doesn't have a locator pin at the top. See, that's got the same things there, but up here it's missing that little ear, which is a locating right there, is where it would be, which locates it against this little nub. Not really a big deal. You can roll without it. It doesn't make a difference. This gasket, as long as it is, what's the word, protruding out from the cylinder or from the intake, you'll be fine. I don't typically have to replace those because they're usually pretty good. They don't wear out too fast. Anyway, you try to get it started in the same thread you had it in, but it doesn't always work out. You will inevitably cut new threads. Ooh, little quick tip that I actually forgot to do, which is this. There's a problem with 2.5 liters getting oil up in here and ruining your barometric pressure sensor. One thing you can do about that, just take a clean rag and literally just get in there. Usually I'll stuff some of it in there like this. Give me a nice long screwdriver, hold on to some of it so you don't lose it in there, and then just kind of wipe it around, see if you can pick up any excess oil, if there is any. It's not going to be a lot, but, or it shouldn't be a lot. If you put it in there and it's soaking, yeah, you have other issues. You need to look into that. Haven't run into it really lately, but you got a little bit of oil. Granted, I don't know how dirty this rag was before I started. Now I'll put it back on. True. True. But you know what? Maybe this would be a good thing, that man. Because when I'm on Twitch, I do talk a lot of politics, for anybody that doesn't know here. Mainly because I got a big mouth and I can't keep it shut. So I'm just going to make sure they're started reasonably. And then we'll get the ratchet and get them in. But maybe be a good thing that people just forcibly ignore those things for a day. It's gonna flex a little bit because of that gasket. Like I said, don't go crazy. Do that by hand. So get my little ratchet. Let's go in here and make sure they feel good and tight. Of course, torque to factory spec. Plug in your sensor, your throttle position. I mean, it's your drive-by wire, so. Cool. And then all you gotta do is reattach this hose, put a new hose clamp on it, which if you do this at home and you don't have a hose clamp, don't freak out. It should be fine. This doesn't put like a ton of pressure or anything into it. You could drive down to the store with this hose just, you know, stuffed on here. I couldn't imagine, because this is just your emissions, your evap purge valve. So it's just getting drawn in through the Venturi style of this. But I would recommend putting a clamp on it, if ideally, hell, even a zip tie. Just something to keep it from sliding off. And then put this on, put that on, and you're good to go. There doesn't seem to be any need for an adaptation. I've put on several of these and not had to manually adapt it. You just turn the key on, it'll run through its own adaptation. If it has an error in it, then you'll have a problem, which means you probably got a bad throttle body. But if it doesn't, and you just turn the key on, you hear the throttle open and close and start it up and it runs, I don't see any reason why you should have a problem. So thanks for watching. Do consider pressing buttons below the screen and all that good stuff, and etc., etc. Yay! All right, the recording part's done. It's basically a vacuum hose. Let me go grab a hose clamp for it. Press button on the screen, duh. Look, man, I just got used to asking people for subs and shit, so calm down. Leave me alone. Does look good. In Soviet Russia, button press is you. Thank you guys for the likes on the video. Comment, 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 comment. Yeah. All right, let me get this hose clamp. It's at 11:20. So I gotta leave here at like 10:45. So I got about another hour before I gotta run out of here. And then when I get back, we'll get back on Twitch for the afternoon. It's just I know Twitch sometimes likes to put me on front page, and when they do that, I prefer it be when I'm going to stream for longer, and I don't want it to be like, I don't want to have 400 viewers for 2 hours while I'm like, oh man, I gotta leave soon. So I don't want to risk triggering the front page, if you will, by streaming on Twitch in the morning and then not having, maybe it'll trigger in the afternoon also. Groovy. So other than MN Developer, because Twitch is blocked at his work, although I know he's been on Twitch, or used to be on Twitch, anybody else currently here that doesn't normally watch, and that this is like a new thing to you? only been doing this for 5 years on Twitch, which, I don't know, maybe that was a waste of my time. Well, it wasn't totally a waste of my time, obviously. I make decent money from that. But it always makes you wonder, like, if I had been doing this on YouTube, would it have taken off more or less or not at all or whatever? Yeah. I guess the only ideal situation would be to dual stream, to which if I was going to do that, I'd really want to set up the encoding rig again. Sounds like we're getting a tow truck dropped off. But I still really want to, you know what, call it lazy, which it is. It's definitely lazy. I still want to get another camera to record YouTube videos on and not have to use the same camera, because it's a little easier to walk around with a different camera in my hand, you know? So there's that bonus feature. Crap. Well, there's that bolt. There you go. Let's do this so I can see down there and see the hole I'm looking for. Also, to be fair, you're kind of in my way. There's one side. Ooh. It's just a slight bit big. There's two. Excellent. I don't particularly want to walk around all day with a camera strapped to my face. Call me old-fashioned. That's silly. So again, IPA, it kind of boils down to the question of, obviously I have quite a bit of standing in Twitch, but, damn it, that thing's stuck under there. It's not, it doesn't, people looking for automotive on Twitch isn't really a high thing. Granted, there's much less competition. So, I don't know. There, now I should be able to grab it. There we go. This time, let's not snap it down. There we go. tools back in the box. Because that's what we do. I don't remember if I tightened up the drain plug. I should check that. Because now I'm going to be paranoid. Thought I did. But I don't specifically remember it. And that always irritates me. Come on, out. I know, but this is the second time I've ever streamed on YouTube. Always makes you wonder. Oh yeah, I did. I tightened it. That's why I told him to do that. Because I figured there was at least 1 or 2 people lurking around in Twitch waiting for me to start. And me being like, hi. Sweet. That's that. So now we should be able to start it and run it without any issue. And or drive it. Make sure the oil's full. Correct. Thank God it's got a dipstick. Can't do that again. I'll never be able to do that again. I threw it at the bucket and it landed right there on the back. Didn't fall off, didn't fall in, just rim shot. Because I have an appointment in 45 minutes to go to. So I'm only going to be streaming for a short time. And I didn't want to get everybody all riled up on Twitch to come and watch and then be like, all right, gotta go, bye. And also wanted to try it out. Granted, I don't expect to be banging on YouTube algorithms or whatever it is by one like 3-hour stream. So I figured I'd give YouTube a try. Because I said, hey, maybe nothing happens, maybe it's maybe it's blown out of the water, who knows? Maybe nobody shows up. I'm doing okay though, comparatively speaking. Had 100 people come in here and click on the link, so that's good. Which is a little different than Twitch. This, again, the analytics in YouTube are far superior. Far superior. Wow. Chiefs tight end is converting his entire NFL salary into Bitcoin, and Trevor Lawrence signed an endorsement deal with a cryptocurrency investment app. So that's a bit fascinating. Well, there's like 4 people in the participants category, so means the rest of the people must be not signed into YouTube. All right, oil's full, throttle's in. Let's hook up the scanner and make sure all this works out well. Clear the codes. Boop, boop, boop. Also, I know nobody's going to watch today because Missy's not here. It's already open. Look at that. No, they didn't kick me out. I just wanted to stream on YouTube for this morning. I got to leave in 45 minutes to go to a doctor's appointment. So, yay! No, they haven't kicked me. 7.8. 18 and 16. Yes. All the information is. It doesn't drop off. Hooray! Excellent. No check engine light on. Doing good. Secondary injection system working properly. No misfires. It's leaning it out some. Not terrible. We'll see what the long-term fuel trim comes to. I should start the rumor mill that I got banned on Twitch. That'd definitely be the best thing to do, right? There it goes. Fuel trim coming back to something good. Go ahead and sling open the door for when we go for a drive. There's a Mercedes with the door open and the hood up behind me. That must have been what just got dropped off by the tow truck. Tow truck. It's running very well. Running very well. Let's look at those are in group 60. Whoop. Wrong button. Killed the first. There we go. Yeah, fuel trims are great, throttle angle's great. Looking perky. Nice and perky. So, what happens though is you do this, and that 12% on the throttle valve sensor 1 falls to 0 when you tap on it lightly with a something. AKA it's got a bad connection in there inside the throttle. It's all it is there's a flat series of copper connections, and then there's another flat plate that does this, and it reads it by sliding against it. And so I'm thinking it either gets tilted or something happens to that. I'm not sure exactly what. I haven't analyzed it too much yet, but it basically screws it up and makes it to where it throws a code. Seems like an engineering issue. So, Mr. Khan, what is your Twitch name? I mean, this is fine enough. Now it's just test drive it. So we're going to take it for 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, eh? And see, adaptation okay. Runs it when you didn't have to do anything. Just started it up and it done good. Let's see what else has got codes that we got to clear out that are probably check engine control module for error codes. And check engine control module for error codes. Now we should have nothing. Sweet. It's just a bunch of modules telling you to check the engine for error codes. Because that's what they do. This one? Okay. We got a bee's nest starting up there. Did you just get it started, or?
I think it's just gonna need a battery.
Oh.
I'm out of fucking place.
Yeah.
That goddamn beer. It's got 3 cents in it, cleaning on the part. It's got the R&R part.
All right, let's go for a run, shall we? Let's go ahead and shut it off. Maybe it'll trigger a 2 cycle or something. I doubt it, because it's not going to cool off, but either or, it doesn't really matter. Although I will admit that on YouTube, people seem much less interactive. But that's to be expected, I guess. Cats have 32 muscles in their ears to help them ignore you. My dad doesn't know where to find me on YouTube. Hold on. Had to blow my nose. Oh, I was getting my phone. before I blew my nose. Now I'm all distracted. Not gonna give me any more bars? Why don't you loud and proud? Alright, seems like my phone doesn't want to connect to the local cell service because I went on a trip last week, or this weekend, and went out of cell range and it got pissed off. So I'm just gonna run this down the road real quick if you guys would like to chill here for a few minutes while I run and do that, since my phone isn't wanting to act nicely right now. Does Twitch require you to have an account to watch? No. I don't think so. No, open up a different browser and browse around. I don't think so. So like you can watch unaccounted just like you can on YouTube. You don't need an account. So here, watch Jason do what Jason does, which is probably throw things. All right, my phone's still restarting. Be right back. I guess I would need to do that. What's up, Nitro? What's a crack-a-lackin'? I'm just, like I said, in the info, I'm streaming for a little bit here because I have a doctor's appointment to go to in T-minus 30 minutes. So it was a debate on either not streaming or streaming on YouTube, and I was like, you know what? I'll just stream on YouTube. Because why not? I gotta check and make sure no codes came back. That won't keep up with the over Windows. Yeah, no codes. Hypity-dipity. Now we're gonna do the SRI reset. Make sure it reset the oil. Oil reminder, change the sticker, 61708. $61708. Plus 7,500. 69,208. Giggity. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Cool. That's that. Did this finish? It did. And we're good. Throttle didn't code out anything. Didn't get upset. But the only thing you can do now is just drive it more. And I will opt to let the customer do that. To let us know if they have any issues. But hopefully the check engine light will stay off and everybody will be happy. Ah, it's because you're terrible at it. What's up, Bax? Baxation is theft. Alright, let me pull it out. Be right back. Awesome. Two-liter. Read the info. Is this really a 2013? BMI 11. Yep. Yep. All right, let's get a diagnostics on. Find out what this check engine light's pissed off about. Yes, doctor's appointment, morning, sun, me, having to go 20 minutes. So I said, screw it, let's stream on YouTube, see what happens. It was either that or not stream at all, because I wasn't going to stream on Twitch for like 2 hours. If I stream on Twitch, I want to be able to stream more than 2 hours. Let's see what's in the engine here. Leak in air intake system. Cold start. System 2 rich at idle. System 2 rich at idle. Cold start idle air control system malfunction. And leak in air intake system. Well, now we gotta find a vacuum leak, possibly. Somehow it's too rich and too lean. I wonder when the last time they changed their air filter was. See how much vacuum this thing's pulling on the crankcase. A decent amount, not particularly good. Let's see what the fuel trims say right now. And this one is empty. There's my full one. Or more full one. Long and short term, those are actually really good. Let's see if we get any kind of spike. Granted, I don't think it's even reading the short terms yet. I don't think it's gonna. Oh, that's your car. No. That's something over there. That noise.
That's him.
There.
Got some kind of little gasoline powered sprayer. Probably frame.
Ah. Come on, short term. There we go. Woo. That's adding a lot of fuel. Doesn't seem to be affecting it though, so I don't think it's this vent valve. It still could be the vent valve, but I don't think it's the... Because if I do this, that totally pegs it out. I wonder if this thing's ever had one. Look at the ticket. Job history. We did replace it in 03 last month. Almost exactly last month. It brought up the long-term adaptation. This isn't the one that got me a crappy one, is it? No, it's a Hanks. This is one of the frustrating ones. They upgraded the throttle. This is not new. Not a change there. I swear I hear hissing. Let me get my remote ear. Did we find a tiny one? See if it goes back up. Might have found a little vacuum leak. U-tub, Dave. Yeah, because I gotta leave in 15 minutes. Take my son to an eye doctor appointment. So I didn't want to start up Twitch and get that all going and then be like, bye. So I figured I'd give it a shot here on YouTube and see if anything crazy happened. Fuel trim doesn't look that bad, honestly. It's just above the threshold. Cold start idle air control system malfunction. I wonder what that one's got to be something what we're looking for. Let's do some research on that one. It's a code I have not seen before. Copy. That's an annoying noise, isn't it? Eyes are important. His prescription needs updating too. Have you guys been having issues with internets in general lately? It's almost like the entire internet's being kind of crappy. I've been having tough times loading things in like YouTube, Twitter, places like that. And it's been at here and at home, and those are two different services, so it's not my internet. I highly doubt. Could be. Huh. Apparently people are getting nightmares after having the vaccine. That's fascinating. Source, the US HHS. Health and Human Services. I forgot, can't talk about this on YouTube. No. Demonetized. Demonetized! Alrighty. And I keep having this problem of checking. There we go, it finally went. Go, you stupid bastard. Alright, we'll also look it up on all data to see if that code gives me a description as to what it could be. P050A. P050A right there. Is this 2015 or 2014? What is the production date on this thing? 05/2012, so yeah, considering it's 2013, that would make sense. Why do they even ask the question then? That's dumb. Alright, 050A. Oof. There is several criteria for this thing to have a thing. Malfunction criteria and threshold value. Integrated deviation, engine speeds low and integrated deviation speeds high. Speed deviation, speed deviation. So check the throttle valve control module, check the engine speed sensor. Has to happen twice. So, in fun news, yeah, it's like middle of the year. Hey, Madman. I'm getting ready to leave. I gotta leave at 10:45. But yeah, I was gonna look it up on Identifix and see if that had any particular headway, if you will. Like some particular component, if there's a common failure that, you know, something you can check first to start off with. You know the drill. So yeah, I'm gonna, once I leave here, gotta go home, pick up the son, get out to the eye doctor, get him all eye doctored up, and then come back. I'll stay home and eat lunch though, obviously. Kind of silly not to eat lunch at home if I'm already there and it's lunchtime. Interesting part though, currently 20, obviously you can see 20 concurrent viewers. I've had 154 playbacks and the average watch time's been 12 minutes. Fascinating. I like the analytics on the back end. They're rather nice, see? It's pretty sweet. So 154 people come through, 19 have decided to stay. I guess everybody else just sucks. But I guess that's like a 10%, what's the word? Granted, you know, some people might be like, what's going on here? And then they're like, oh, just this guy. Well, if it's not a VOD, I don't want to see it, which is fine. When am I going to get that diamond play button? When I hit 1 trillion viewers. I do need to work on YouTube more. That is my fault. It's just such effort to run all these different things at the same time. And I want to make sure I put the most effort into whatever, you know, is going to be give me the most return. If you will. So, mark the date, May 8th. Also, Doghouse, I checked with my wife. I don't have anything going on that day, so at least nothing that I know of yet. May 8th, 5 p.m. It's gonna be the super showdown. And by showdown, I mean super reconnect? I don't know. What do you want to call it? We're gonna have a bunch of people on panels that some are more famous than others now, but we're gonna have like the OGs of Twitch politics all in one stream together. With people including Lecture Fan, Mr. Dylan Burns, I'm Really Important, and more. It'll be Saturday at 5 p.m. Yeah. So it'll be very interesting. It will be interesting. So, I'm going to go ahead and log off for now. I'll be back when I'm done with the doctor. And I'll be back on Twitch, so don't freak out. I just wanted to see how this did. And it's worked out okay. This is better than I expected. Better than I expected, not as good as I'd hoped. You know, that whole scenario. We went from 8:40 to 10:40, so 2 hours. 154 playbacks. 15 likes, oh, fancy. So, like I said, see you then. Be back in a little while. Have a good, couple hours while I'm gone. Go eat some lunch and stuff, or breakfast, or wherever you're at. See you later.